Hello, viewers. You're welcome to the Betong Show. I'm always happy when I come here live, bringing you guys awesome guests who are doing amazing stuff in their various destinations. And my guest for today is someone right away from Nollywood, an actor, a content creator, a storyteller. I mean, he's so many things, brand builder, and I mean, we're going to learn so much about him today. And his name is Emmy Williams. And guys, if you say you're joining this show for the first time, this is the Betong Show. It's a B2B and B2C network building show, a show where we bring in guests to come and talk about your success story, passion, mission, vision, and what they aspire to be in the future. So after the break, we're going to dive into the matter for today. That is to learn more about Emmy Williams on the show after the break. Yes, guys, we are live. The young, vibrant, handsome guy around, like next to my corner, is Emmy Williams. And I'm sorry that we started a little bit late. I know most of you have been waiting, and I know you guys are busy. But we are finally here, and those of you who are going to watch afterwards, please don't forget to comment, share with anyone out there. Maybe someone might connect with Emmy Williams, and that person's life might be changed. So you are welcome to the show, Mr. Williams.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's so
It's
nice
an
to
honor
finally
to have
meet
you on the
you.
show.
The pleasure is all mine, Betong.
Yeah.
It's all mine.
So how are you today?
Well,
How's
I'm
life?
doing well.
How's
I'm doing
everything?
very good. I'm doing fine.
Okay.
Life is always fair. That's why I'm happy to be a black man.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
always before we get started with the show, always request my audience, sorry, my viewers, not viewers, my guests to talk about themselves, like a little bit brief background about you, like what you do, something
All
like
right.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is actually Ade Emmanuel Ibikunle, but then for popularity's sake, I am known as Emmy Williams. I am a Nollywood actor. I am a model. I'm a certified microbiologist. And then I'm into relationship consultations, a content creator as well. So you could call me a jack of all trade, but then a jack of all trade with interesting characteristics. I hail from the western part of Nigeria, Ondo State precisely. So I am a motivator because if you check my LinkedIn profile, everything about me motivates the next person that is viewing my content. So as
Yeah. Yeah.
an actor, a content creator, a microbiologist, I try to do everything to make the world a better place. That's just me. Brief summary. Thank you.
Wow, that's brave. That's brave and straight to the point. I love that. But many people might be seeing you right now, like shining, looking good, expensive. But they didn't
Hmm,
know you 5 years or 10 years back. So what will you say
true.
about you 10 years back? What is it about you back then which has transformed you into something into something the thing you are today?
All right. Now, my story is very interesting and quite inspiring. If I look at myself 10 years back, I was a very poor riffraff. Exactly. 10 years back, bro, I was so poor and broke. And then I could recall back then I had this dream of being an actor. I started acting at the age 7, so it's always been this dream. I had a passion for it, but then I got into the industry full time in 2016. But prior to that time, I was trying to look for auditions. I was trying to look for places you're doing castings and all of that. But one of it actually got me to where I am today. It was a negative comment from somebody, a producer actually. I went to meet him and I was like, sir, I want to be an actor. I see the way Nollywood actors and actresses are actually shining. I would love to be an actor. Do you know what he said? He said, you look like a strand of noodles. You look like an Indomie. You're so thin, you're so tiny. You don't look fit to be an actor. Please leave my office. Those were his words in quote. Now, the bit on that thing got to me. It struck me like a thunderbolt. I felt devastated. I felt veniacally bewildered. I felt emotionally blackmailed. I mean, everything you want to think of that is negative, I felt it at that point in time. I wanted to commit suicide because, you know, when you have a dream and then someone just kills your dream in few minutes. But then,
Exactly.
then something struck me. A word by a friend of mine. He said, whenever you're feeling pain, try to turn your pain into power. With that, I got a little conviction. I went back to my drawing board. I started reading stuff online. I started studying about acting tips. I went to acting school in Benin City, Nigeria, NTA precisely. And I was doing my best. I was trying to strive. I was striving and I was striving just to make sure I get my face recognized in the entertainment industry. And guess what? Guess what?
I cannot guess.
In all right, in 6 years' time, this same producer called me for a movie job. And I
Wow.
told him, I am not fit to be in your project. Please, you have to pay me. He was looking for something that was less expensive, but then I've gone a bit expensive. So I told him the amount you want to pay me, I am not fit to do it. Please, you have to raise the pay. And then I tried to
Wow.
remind him something. I said, you don't try to kill the dream of somebody. You try to harness the dream of that person. So he got to realize that this was the same lanky boy 5 years ago. It said some negative stuff about, but then this is the same boy you're coming to meet. You're writing a memorandum of understanding for a movie project. So you see, my life has been like ripples. It has been up and down. 10 years back, I didn't see myself becoming a LinkedIn influencer, having lots of followers and having people look up to me for inspiration. I didn't see this coming,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
only knew that where I am going is quite far, but I am not where I used to be. Nah, I've moved past it. So it's just turn your pain to power, make sure you have a dream, and go for it. Just go for it.
Wow. It's
So
like I
that's it.
should just end the show for now. It's like I should just like it's like the
Seriously?
show is over.
No.
You know,
Are
I
you
mean
serious?
your story is interesting, and
Exactly.
this is touching because I know so many people who have faced difficulties because like they didn't manage to get there, not because they don't have that ability or that capability, because
True.
someone like an unpleasant statement to them that
Unpleasant statement. Exactly.
that made them feel as if they are not good enough. That made them start judging
Mm-hmm.
themselves, you know, their
True.
competence, if say they are good or not. So voicing this out is it's a strong message to someone out there who is having this negative mindset, or maybe their brother, sister, or whatsoever tell them, what you're doing, you're not good at it, you cannot, achieve your goals and so on. So I think this
Exactly.
is really cool. It's really cool. And here you are,
Thank you very much.
um, an actor, not just an ordinary actor, a successful actor, someone who has won awards, someone who is helping
Thank
other
you.
brands to grow, someone who is,
Mm-hmm.
encouraging young people to live, to be motivated to live their best life. Now, you've already mentioned the challenges, but now I want to understand, when was that moment that you finally, when you got the breakthrough? Like, how did you feel? Was it like was it like a dream? It's like, were you like dreaming, or like, I mean, you have been acting for like ever since you were 7, and now you finally got an opportunity to achieve that goal, that big dream that you have been looking at. So, what was it about you that made you to get that breakthrough, and how did you feel about it?
Okay. First and foremost, when you have a dream, you stay awake to achieve it. So you push every little effort you have to make sure that dream becomes a reality. So when you're closer to your dreams, you would feel it. But in as much you feel it, you have no idea how big and how large the dream is going to be. All right. There's a compulsory scheme they call the National Youth Service Corps. Here in Nigeria, it's called NYSC. All right. During my service here, I was posted to the central part of Nigeria, that's Kogi State. Now, while I was posted to Kogi State, I met a lot of thespians there. I met a lot of great actors and actresses. And I tried to go for auditionings as well. I did some movie series on TV, like The 100 Ways to Win a Husband, Insecure Rape Victim, while I was in the university. That's Benin, exactly, the University of Benin. But I didn't get to the limelight, like you rightly said. So when I got to Kogi State, I went for series of auditionings, online, offline, on the line, any kind of line you want to think of. I was just trying to get to the auditioning ground, and I got to Trim Multimedia Group. It's like a production house. They called for auditioning. I went there and I played the role of a palace guard in an epic movie. Quite funny. That was the role I played. I played the role of a palace guard, and lots of producers saw me in that state. They were like, "Nigga, you're playing this palace guard, but you're playing it like a prince," something like that. And some persons were like, "You're playing this palace guard, you're playing it like a lover boy. You're playing this palace guard, you're playing it like this." So I didn't know, I never knew that there were lots of producers that were looking at me and they were watching. So after that, I was receiving calls and I was receiving texts and emails from different producers, and they were like, "You have these qualities, you have this, you have that, you have that. Come for this, come for auditioning." I'll go for auditionings, and then they'll be like, "You are a perfect pick for this." So I played a lot of movies. I played a lover boy in the movie, a short film, Insecure. And the director was like, "You are a lover boy. You are into this character perfectly." And with that, I was receiving a lot of positive critics, stop, like, "Don't look at me like that. Stop. Don't look at me like that." So I was like, okay. With that, I was getting lots of comments. I was getting lots of recommendations. And then I actually pitched my tent. My career actually started from Kogi State. It started from Kogi State during my service year. That was where I actually got the big breakthrough. I won my first award of the year, actor of the year. Same thing. And then I won. Presently, I'm the Mr. Nolly Kogi State, Mr. Nolly. All you could see, all breakthrough, they were streamlined to Kogi State, Kogi State. So I would say my entertainment success started from Kogi State. So there have been a lot of success stories. So it's part of that very first movie. It's actually titled Omafe. It's shown on DSTV, where I played the role of a palace guard, and that was what brought me to the limelight. I would say that anywhere. I'd say that everywhere.
Wow,
So all thanks to Kogi State, exactly. Yeah,
wow! It's always good
yeah,
to track the origin of your success. Most of us,
exactly.
when we succeed, we tend to forget where we come from, where we came from. And this might not give you
Mm,
the motivation. If you do that, anyone would do that, they wouldn't have that motivation to want to do more, or to want to,
true.
be more creative, or look back
That's
to
true.
see how they can give back to their communities, or to give back to those who are like in the same journey, who are going through the same journey. And looking at
Yeah.
what you have achieved, I believe you still have so much in the future that you want to achieve, like big things you want to
Sure.
have
Sure.
it in
Sure.
your back, or but now, what do you think is holding you back right now? You know, because there's always something holding someone back. Even billionaires, there's something holding them. So, what is holding you back right now? Like, what is kind of like a stumbling block to you at this point in time? You know, that is preventing you from going to the next level of your career.
All right. If I get your question correctly, you're trying to say what are the setbacks holding me to
Yeah,
get into
setback.
the brighter light? Thank you.
Then you
All
know,
right.
like
So
of course
presently,
you have all this achievement already, right? So
yeah, yeah.
now, what do you think you need to do more, or what is like in front of you that you will need to break through, right? You need to break through to get to the next height where you want to be.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, presently, I'm trying to work myself into the Hollywood industry. I'm trying to work myself into the Hollywood industry. So I've been receiving a lot of classes on how to be a successful actor in the Hollywood as an immigrant. Okay, I've received classes from the Black Panther series, Bambi Jam Bam Bam, the Code of One. I've been receiving a lot of classes from different Hollywood star actors and actresses to try to prepare me into the Hollywood industry. Nollywood is a very big and spacious entertainment industry, but then you just have to create a niche for yourself to become more popular because it is highly competitive. I tell you, the Nollywood industry is highly competitive because everybody is talented and everybody is trying to get to the top. So you just have to create a niche for yourself. And when you do that, you try to, from your niche, spread your tentacles. You get. So I'm trying to, I don't see myself in Nollywood only. I'm seeing myself in Nollywood, Hollywood, and Bollywood as well, because that's what I'm working towards. I'm not working to be a Nollywood actor only. I'm working to start my career from Nollywood and then move down to Hollywood and different parts of the cinematographic world. But so the stumbling block so far is getting myself to the United States. But then I'm doing everything necessary. I'm preparing myself, for the future ahead. I'm trying to do classes, and these are paid classes. So it comes with sacrifice. You have to sacrifice money
Yeah.
to get to that place you want to get. So these are paid services. I do that. I try to work myself. Most times I sleep barely less than 4 or 5 hours a day. What am I doing? You either see me reading some tips, monologue books, reading some script, reading how to become the best. I don't settle for the less. I don't like settling for the less. I like being the best. So I have to study. I have to practice. My mirror is now my girlfriend because I'm always in front of the mirror acting just to
Yeah,
become the best.
you are fighting hard. You're putting all the
You
energy, all
get
the resources you have to
exactly.
make sure
I'm
you
trying
get the
to
best.
put all, yes, I'm channeling my energy to this thing because this is a dream from childhood.
Yeah.
It's not going to die. You just have to push it. So that's just it. That's a stumbling block. I see myself in Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood.
Wow.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
going.
I mean, this is like yesterday when I post this, like I'm gonna have a Nollywood actor on the show. Someone reached out to me that, oh, I mean, I'm an actress. You know, I want to get to Nollywood and something like that.
Wow.
You are talking with this guy. Can you ask him what it takes to become a Nollywood actor if say you are not in Nigeria?
Oh, if you're not in Nigeria, what it takes to be a Nollywood actor. Now, I'll tell you three honest truth. One of it is ask yourself this honest question: why do you want to become a Nollywood actor? Because I've met so many people in my DM, they've sent me mails. Some of them will be like, bros, we are seeing your movie. Oh, please, I want to come and be kissing people in film. That's why I want to become an actor. You see, I've seen a lot of bullshit from people. Some of them will be like, I like the way you're touched up when you're on set. You dress like this, you dress like this. So I just want to join the industry. So these are people that have short-sighted goals in Nollywood. So the first question you ask yourself, why are you coming to Nollywood? If you can have a perfect answer, are you coming to Nollywood because you want to appear nice? Are you coming to Nollywood because you want to be seen as a celebrity? Are you coming to Nollywood because you want people to know that, hey, that guy is an actor, that lady is an actress? No. If you're coming to Nollywood because Nollywood is a citadel of learning, that's what I call it, because every movie has a story to tell. You're coming to tell a story and you're coming to inspire others. So if the essence of you coming to Nollywood is to come and showcase your physique without a skill, then you should look for somewhere else because this industry is so competitive. Only the strong gets to the top. And then if you're weak, if your drive, your passion is weak, you can't get to that top you're anticipating. That's one. And secondly, what are the sacrifices you are ready to put in place for you to get to the top? Sacrifices, I don't mean fetish stuff. No. I mean, how are you going to beat yourself to make sure you get to that top? How are you going to
Yeah.
beat yourself? How are you going to study hard? There are lots of monologues that you need to study. There are lots of script writing, how to, I mean, there are different stuff. How to study your character Bible. If you're given a role to play as a madman, how are you going to study it to make sure you perfect that role? You're given a role to play a palace guard. How are you going to study to make sure you, these are character Bibles that you need to fall into the character to make sure you're perfect. Because there are so many persons that have gone into the limelight. Okay, there's a friend that actually, she just worked as a passerby in a movie, and the way and manner she perfected that role got her lots of jobs. Do you get?
Wow.
So it's about one, why are you coming to Nollywood? Yeah, are you coming because of the passion you have? They will always say yes, but no. What are the sacrifices you're ready to put in place for you to get to that point? If you answer these two questions, then when you get into Nollywood, do you have the spirit of pushing forward regardless of any obstacle you find? If you can answer these
Yeah.
questions, then you can meet
Yeah.
me in my mails and DM at all, and then I'll be glad to help because I don't want to help somebody that is not ready to push forward. That's just it.
Yeah. This is interesting.
I
One
told
thing I've
you.
noticed about you ever since I connected with you is that your characteristics,
Oh,
you're
wow.
open person. You are someone who wants to connect, you want to talk, you want to share. You don't look
Mhm.
like regardless of who the person is, you are open minded to like I'm just trying to reading. I've gone through your stuff a lot and your posts and the
Wow.
things you write. So it
Wow.
gives me this impression of the kind of person you are, and I think people like you are valuable to the community when it comes to youth building, community building, because people who have achieved who have achieved the most part of their goals, they tend to not look at their past, as I mentioned to you, or like have empathy for those who
Hmm.
might be at the same level with them. Even though you are proud of your achievement, but you still bring yourself down not like when I say bring yourself down, not like you're becoming useless. No, but you bring yourself to the
I
level
get. I
where
get.
everyone can connect with you, regardless of their background and nationality. So provided they have something valuable that you can gain something, and they can also gain something from you. So I think that is powerful. I think that personality you got is something which is gonna take you to even to heaven.
Man, I am flattered. I would say that I'm so flattered.
Yeah,
Thank you for your honest
yeah,
review. You said
yeah,
99.9% about me. Thank you so much.
yeah. Now
Thank
let's
you.
let's go to the fun part. You know, when I say the fun part, I know it might not as I mentioned, I've snooped a lot on your stuff, like Google you
Okay.
and I see how you portray yourself as an actor, not only an actor, a storyteller, the brand
Mhm.
ambassador, you
Yep. Yep.
a podcast, something like that. And this is something I want to like stress out for most actors, most celebrities who are, of course, who are who have gone to that level where they get exposure. Most of them that have gone through their platforms, I don't see this uniqueness of what I saw in you, like in your content. Like now, um, I saw so many things, but all of them didn't confuse me as to what I might connect to you with, like based on what I want. So I saw a lot of stuff that if say I have to connect with you, I already know why I'm connecting with you and what I want to achieve connecting with you. Now,
Hmm.
looking at all these futures that you have publicly, what is your
Yeah.
main strength? What is actually that one thing that brings in the business, that brings in the money to you? And
Okay.
yeah, what is that one thing?
All right. I get your question correctly. Number one, I don't have one source of income. I have multiple source of income. Multiple. Then acting is actually, I tell people if you make your whole income as an actor, you're making it that acting is going to be the only source of income for you. You end up being broke. That's the truth. Because you don't get these big roles all the time. You don't get these lead roles all the time. And it's only when you get the lead roles that's when the big bucks just come at once. So I am a microbiologist, a medical microbiologist, certified. And then I do some online health tips that actually fetch me tons of cash. That's one. So when I am not acting, I'm either writing, I'm a writer as well because I write contents for organizations and then they pay me in dollars. With that, I have lots of income. So I don't have one source of income. Acting is my dream and passion, which I hope to take as a full-time career. But then, nevertheless, in as much as I've not gotten to the point of my dream and vision, I should not sit down and wait. So I have to do other stuff to get me that multiple source of income. I'm actually working on my own project, my own movie. That's with God's grace is going to get them to Netflix and other great platforms. With that, you don't expect me to wait for acting to give me that money. Nah, I have multiple sources of income. But then I am a Nollywood actor. That's what people know me for. But then behind the scene, I do other jobs that get me the cash.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay. You are not waiting for that paycheck to change, that big paycheck always. You just want
That boom.
to
Yeah,
have that security always, to make sure
exactly.
you get going and pay the bills, put food on the table, and be a man.
Perfect.
I love
Exactly.
that. I love that. I have
Exactly.
to mention this
Exactly.
because the angle where I was driving, you just mentioned more about it, just elaborated more about it. Um, when we follow our passion, we tend to neglect other important aspect of like life. We like now we are living in times that you cannot rely only on any stream. You need to have
Yeah.
multiple earning streams if
Multiple
say you want
source. Yeah.
to actually like go far pursuing your dream. So I love the way you responded to that question. Now let's go
Thank you.
to the last question for today. What is
All
your
right.
5 years vision? Like 5 years from now, what's your
Okay.
goal based on what you are
Okay.
doing now?
I feel you. 5 years from now, the Betong, you'll be glad you met me because I would be on every billboards. I'll be on every TV stations. I will be on every streaming platforms 5 years from now. And then you'll be like, that guy, Emmy Williams, is my friend. I know him very well. You'll be proud you met me 5 years from now. And I
Wow,
am doing every effort it takes to make that dream become a reality. I'm pushing it, and I won't stop pushing. 5 years from now, yeah, exactly.
wow, that's awesome. You're gonna be on every billboard.
I am telling
That's
you.
um that's a tough one to go for. That's a tough one. And I love the determination. I mean, where you are, someone didn't believe in you anyway in the first place. Like,
Exactly.
this guy, what can you do? Look at you right now. You are killing it, and you're making it. You're making history for yourself, and you're building a legacy for yourself.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
before we go, do you have like one last word that you want to say to someone out there who is in the early stage their of their dream or like their passion? They are just getting started in life. They are kind of like I might not maybe I don't have a godfather, my brother, my sister, or my I don't have a friend who is up there who can pull me to that level. So I will give up. What can you say to them to give them a different impression?
All right, I'll tell them the same thing that made me who I am today. Turn your pain to power. Turn your pain to power. Whatever you think it's actually standing as a stumbling block, you could make it a stepping stone. Every stumbling block can be arranged into an altar or into a staircase that will get you to that top you've always anticipated to be. But it only starts. The journey of a thousand miles begins from the mind. See yourself as who you want to be, and then those setbacks. There will be setbacks, there will be drawbacks, but then let those things inspire you. I was called a strand of noodles, but then I saw that as a motivation. Yeah. So turn your pain to power and never see yourself less of who you are. Never, never. Reach within
Wow.
inside. God has created every characteristics. Everything a man needs to become great is deposited in you. So you just have to reach inside and bring it out. That's it.
Wow. I love that. Reach inside and bring it out. Guys, you have learned today who Emmy Williams is. I mean, of course, you have seen him before. Maybe you have watched most of his movies, but you didn't really go deeper to know more about his past, where he is now, and where he wants to be in the future. That is inspiring. Most of the things she has mentioned here today is touching and mind blowing for someone who people didn't believe in him. They thought he was a trash. But look at him right now, where he is. And not only that, he's building a career not to make himself successful alone, but to help you out there who want to be successful also. And those of you who are watching this platform for the first time, this is a B2B and B2C networking platform for entrepreneurs, talent, small businesses. So if say you want someday you want to talk about your mission, your vision, your story, you're welcome on this platform. And I'm the Betong. I'm a B2B and B2C network builder, a motivator entrepreneur, a coach, a mentor, among other things. Until then, guys, see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, like, share. And if you're watching on LinkedIn, of course, follow Emmy Williams and follow me as well. Until then, us again, have a nice day. Bye bye.